Would you be able to tell people what type of research then that the journal is interested in?
Well, I guess any qualitative research,
Mhm.
and that's a very broad house. There's lots in that spans from science to art. So you could have a solid empirical study with maybe, I don't know, 20 participants doing some kind of grounded theory, and it being quite quite a substantial empirical piece of research. Or at the other end of the spectrum, you could have the personal reflections and some poetry that somebody has written about a particular experience. So it doesn't have quite so much scientific validity, but it's got a lot of heart and resonance. And so all of that comes under the rubric of qualitative research. So we'd be interested in that. But in addition, we're also publishing increasingly. There's a lot of interest now in mixed methods research. People are dissatisfied with thinking there's not enough context and meaning that's discussed in quantitative research, and so they're seeking to supplement their quantitative research with qualitative research. So we also publish mixed methods research, and things like literature reviews, philosophical reflections, kind of anything. When people say, well, what does research mean to you? I would answer, we're talking about any scholarly, systematic, um, reflective activity. So it has to be somewhat scholarly, somewhat anchored into the theory and practice of psychotherapy and the research basis. But it doesn't have to be pure research, if that makes sense.
It does, and I suppose when you were talking, I was thinking about what the breadth of research that the journal will consider and look at is absolutely huge, and I think that really adds something to the content and for the readers. That there's
Yeah,
such a broad array of things that they could connect with.
yeah, yeah. I like that, and I like that readers can come and pick and choose. They can go towards more of the scientific papers if they appreciate that, or they could look at the more personal, reflective accounts, some of the artwork or prose and poetry that's written. So yeah, and that it just shows how vibrant the qualitative research world is. It's a very exciting time, actually.
I think there's something about that as well that's maybe there is practitioners out there who aren't as familiar with kind of research methods, but maybe have things that they could contribute to the journal from their practice or from
Yeah,
their own personal
yeah,
reflections. So I think that's what I love about the journal, is that it is so accessible to many different types of research,
yeah,
as that I say, kind of in inverted commas.
yeah. I mean, that's what we want. We want practitioners using the journal kind of to dialogue with the field, to share their thoughts and their practice and their ideas and debates. And generally, it's a way of having a kind of a discussion. Um, yeah.
That's great.